Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today's episode of the Scottish Crypto Show looks at Bitcoin price and the fundamental bullish news that's coming out about Bitcoin right now and how short-term price action shouldn't discourage you from investment in Bitcoin. If you check the description, there is links to Schwab and Bybit for discounts when you deposit, and there is also a discount on a crypto trading tutorial video, which if you subscribe to that, it will teach you everything you need to know about getting started in the crypto business. As always, please like and subscribe to our videos, drop a comment down below if you want anything answered in a future video, and please follow us on Twitter at ScotsmanCrypto. Okay, before looking at Bitcoin's price, just wanted to mention Plutus. So we mentioned a couple of weeks ago on the channel that Plutus had a really big 2022 planned, and in particular that it was at the very beginning of its journey. Well, last night it announced that it's going live on Coinbase, and since the news, the price has rallied over 128%, peaking about $18 today, but this is day one of it going live on Coinbase. Plutus and the team have loads of promising aspects of the roadmap this year, and not to mention at the end of the year they plan to release their debit card in Latin America. If you're still not signed up to Plutus, I would really recommend it. Not only do you get 3% rewards on everything you spend, but you also get access to a great user-friendly service and a reliable card. It looks really cool too. If you follow my videos, you'll have seen it before. We do a full breakdown of it in a previous video, so check that one out. Okay, so if you follow the channel, you'll know that the Lunar Wallet is the cheapest and easiest way to get into crypto. Right now you get £10 free Bitcoin when you sign up using the code on screen. It's easy to exchange for Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever you want to hold. And you can deposit from as little as £5. So really low entry to getting into crypto. And you can also transfer it to other wallets if you hold on Binance or Swissborg or anything like that. Luno is really the easiest way to get started. So download the Luno app, pass the verification, and £10 free Bitcoin with the code on screen. Okay, so today's video is all about Bitcoin. We're going to look at why the price action in the short term isn't a major concern. Now, you've probably seen headlines like this from CNBC, investors worry about a crypto winter, the bear market's here, we're down 50%, Bitcoin's going to zero, etc, etc. And we're going to look at why none of that's anything to be worried about in today's video. First off, if we look at Bitcoin's price, so yeah, as we can see, we've tested the low of 32,000 here. To be honest, these lines I've drawn on a few weeks ago, so we may actually retest 28,000, but we can see that we are down 53% on the weekly chart, testing the 32,000 mark. Don't be concerned if we do drop a little lower before we exit out this rally. So the reason I say these drawdowns are nothing to be concerned about is we can see that they happen time and time again throughout Bitcoin's history. Most recently last year in May 2021 we dropped 51% before going on to achieve a 69,000 all-time high. C19 dump 60%, and the year before that we've done an 83% drop. On top of that, you have to figure out what's going on in the environment around Bitcoin. So you have Russia-Ukraine conflict on the horizon, you have Fed meeting this week discussing rate hikes, you've got inflation, which is a constant issue, and you've also got the pandemic still going on in the background with new variants being found every day. This all leads to a massive sell-off of risk assets, which Bitcoin's still considered as. However, in my opinion, there's lots to be bullish about, and we're going to cover that in the next few slides. So first up in the reasons to be bullish, Raphael Sean highlighted last week that Intel are working on an ultra low voltage Bitcoin mining ASIC, which rules out some of the energy concerns from Bitcoin miners. Fidelity, one of the largest investment banks, admitted that whoever buys Bitcoin first in terms of nation states will have game theory advantage. We had Rio down in Brazil investing 1% of the site's treasury in crypto, and the Bitcoin hash rate hit a new all-time high, as well as Jack Dorsey's Cash App adopting the Lightning Network. On top of this, we also had a Blockworks tweet which listed some of the stuff in crypto last week. So we had Coinbase and MasterCard teaming up to be able to buy NFTs. We had the Cash App news. We had Milo to offer 100% Bitcoin-backed mortgages. 300 US banks looking to trade Bitcoin, and Microsoft buying Activision for $70 billion, which is really targeting the metaverse. We also had Instagram integrating NFTs, we had Google creating a blockchain division, and Twitter rolling out NFT verification as well to prove ownership of NFTs. We also had BlackRock looking to file for another blockchain ETF, and South Korea with a 5-year metaverse plan. There was also news that Charles Schwab, who is an asset manager for about $7.5 trillion, so 7.5 times the size of Bitcoin, is considering launching a crypto spot ETF, which would be massive news for the space and would allow that influx of money from other assets to flow into Bitcoin. We also saw that LinkedIn had a 395% rise in crypto job adverts in 2021, showing the evolution of the space and that talent is really flowing into crypto right now. Just today, we also saw that the ex-Goldman CEO says Bitcoin and crypto is happening despite a plunge in asset prices. Basically backing up what we're trying to say here is, don't look at price short term. There's a lot of bullish news coming and there's a lot of institutional adoption coming, which will force the price higher. In the meantime, just sit back and chill out. Lastly, we also have probably the world's favourite second country, and that is El Salvador, and President Bukele, who announced that he bought another 410 Bitcoin for $15 million, effectively buying the dip. He had tweeted that he had missed it last week, but then the price dropped lower and he's bought 410 Bitcoin. He's also been on a massive trolling campaign, trolling the West this week, essentially saying, look at your own houses, don't throw stones if you're in a greenhouse, because the West isn't doing so well right now financially, politically or socially, so maybe they should look at their own affairs before challenging El Salvador on their Bitcoin policy. So if you ignore price, don't look at the price charts, and just read those news stories, you would be feeling really bullish about the market, about Bitcoin, about its long-term plan, but we get distracted by short-term time horizons in the Bitcoin market. And one of the reasons is that people are typically come into Bitcoin to make a quick buck. They come in to try and get rich fast. Bitcoin's a long-term investment. You should treat it like a property investment. You buy, you hold, and you dollar cost average to accumulate more. And know that with all this institutional adoption, you've got Google, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, all come into the space recently. The big banks in the US are starting to take notice of it, and it won't be long before we see a spot ETF for Bitcoin in the States. As soon as that happens, trillions of dollars flow into crypto, in particular Bitcoin, and it's a game changer for the whole of Bitcoin space. If you're in Bitcoin right now, you're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of most of the population of the world, and that is really exciting. If you could go back in time and buy Amazon shares, I'm sure you would, as I always say. So my last message is, don't look at price, dollar cost average, focus on the news and the fundamentals, and the rest will take care of itself. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter at Scotsman Crypto. Follow the links in the description for discounts at Swissborg, Bybit, and also use the code for Lunar Wallet to get £10 free Bitcoin. There's also a link to a crypto online tutorial video, which will teach you everything you need to know about crypto. Thanks very much.